empezar, la película muestra una belleza casi sin precedentes, ¿no? En Disney y una belleza muy realista. Entonces, bueno, preguntarles si este fue el objetivo y cómo llegaron también a él.
So the beauty we see in this film is just amazing. All the landscapes are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Was that a goal that you were working on from the beginning, and how did you achieve that?
Of course, I mean, I think all of the Pixar films are beautiful. I don't think we knew it was going to be as beautiful as it turned out, quite honestly. There were a couple of shots that we saw at the very beginning, a shot of the water falling on the leaves and the clouds closing in front of the sun. And I think at that moment, saw the promise of how beautiful it was going to be.
Yeah.
Bueno, de alguna manera los animales se humanizan y los humanos se convierten en mascotas. Entonces.
So could you tell us a bit about how animals, you're flipping it and you're flipping the story and animals are becoming humans?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, it was from the early pitch, this idea of the boy and dog and flipping it, where the boy is the dinosaur and the dog is this human boy. And it started off as a really fun, charming idea. And everyone was drawing things and concepts, but then as we started digging into it and discovering their relationships, they started telling us a lot about, their emotions, and started digging into the truths of our own lives, which was so interesting because Spot, the dog, doesn't speak. He doesn't say a word really throughout the film, and through gestures and them discovering about each other, it became much more of an emotional thing than just a fun idea in the beginning.
Es una idea que en principio parece compleja, ¿no? Desde el punto de partida yo quería saber cómo se gestó.
So it sounds like it's a complex idea to have come up with in the beginning. So could you tell us a bit about how it all came to be?
Yeah, early on I drew a giant long-necked dinosaur plowing the earth, and it was something really sincere about it, because when we started, it's like, what if dinosaurs could evolve? They could be, race car drivers, they could be owning a restaurant, these dinosaurs, but there was something about a dinosaur trying to survive on the land that really kind of triggered something, and so we started pushing the kind of frontier world where herbivores would become farmers, and then carnivores could become ranchers, and then figuring out, in the research that we've done with farmers, there's the whole family. Every member of that family is an integral part to making the survival of a family on land like that. And so, what if there was someone that felt like he wasn't important in the family and he wanted to be? And so that was kind of there was something emotional about that we started digging into.
En cuanto a lo que se ve del paisaje, ¿en qué se han inspirado? ¿En qué zonas?
What about the landscape? Where did you go for inspiration on the landscapes?
We went to the northwestern part of the United States, specifically Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon. We spent a lot of time in Jackson Hole, and we were really overwhelmed by the beauty of the landscape. And we got there and realized where basically a dinosaur could feel very tiny in this vast, epic landscape.
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
Quiero saber cómo se ha equilibrado, digamos, en los dos universos Disney y Pixar, ¿no? Sobre todo en el sentido de no aburrir al adulto en la sala de cine.
How do you balance these kind of family movies that we have always in Disney Pixar? How do you find that balance to make a movie that both kids and adults would like?
It's an evolutionary process. You start with a simple idea, and then you start digging into it. And the story process at Pixar is very much like therapy, where you and I are kind of sitting together talking about a story, but then we would talk about our parents, about loves, about loss, and then you start talking about all this stuff that starts to get injected into the story. But at the same time, like everyone at Pixar, we love family movies, and we have so many families so you're always looking at it from different perspectives, because they take a while to make. And so you'd screen the movie and you would see it a certain way, then kind of let the film evolve to what you were feeling then, and then seeing it from different perspectives.
a lo que nosotros vamos sintiendo también.
I would also add that, you know, the story teams and directors just have this incredible way of finding the emotion, but they're extremely funny and entertaining, and add these moments that are really special and unique. And I'm always amazed at what they come up with in terms of some kind of quirky, funny idea. It's fun to observe.
Es muy divertido verlo también, el proceso.
Bueno, para terminar, quería preguntarle cómo ha influido, digámosle, su actividad anterior, teniendo en cuenta que se ha puesto su voz, ¿no?, a personajes, cómo ha influido ahora en la dirección.
How was it to work as a director now? You've worked as a voice artist. How did you use that experience, and how did that influence you as a director?
I've done a lot of the kind of temporary scratch voices with a lot of the different directors at Pixar, and you could see how each director has a different style to pull a performance out of you. So I learned a lot from that. But at the same time, I love playing characters with other people that love finding personalities like that, and so there's a lot of tools that you learn, but at the same time, you want to build a place that's trusting for the performer, and have some fun. And so you learn a lot from the other directors, but then you have to kind of find your own way as well. Thank you very much.